Dirk, it's so great to be able to see you and talk to you today.
You too, Amy. It has been a while. How are you holding up?
I'm I'm doing good. You know what? I feel like I'm kind of adjusting to the new normal and rolling with the punches as they come.
Good, aren't we all?
Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, it's been a bit of an adjustment going from keeping a usually crazy schedule, both my wife and I, to being at home with our three kids. And
Wow.
so it's been a bit of a shift, but it's been a really welcome one. It's been really nice to have some time to plug in and to sort of shift, downshift, shift gears and do a few different things. So it's been really positive.
So what does that look like? You at home with three kids and pets and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we're passing off duties as homeschool teachers. So all of our kids are doing French language education. So it's been really great. Their teachers provide us some materials, so we get to go through that every day, spending lots of time outside, doing lots of walking, and yeah, lots of cooking, gardening. I've gotten to have time to play a little more music, which I haven't done in a couple of years. So like I said, it's been really positive.
That's awesome. Kind of getting to spend time on yourself and the family.
Exactly.
But you're still working as well, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, the first couple of weeks, I think, after the state of emergency was announced and things really started to change, I think a lot of people in our company found that things slowed down significantly for them. And so that ended up looking like a couple of weeks off and still keeping contact with clients and active files. But basically just in the process of putting a lot of things on hold temporarily until we started to see which direction things were going to go. And now that it looks like, the world won't return completely to normal, but as people are starting to adjust, then things are starting to pick up again. The phone's been starting to ring. And so the last couple of weeks compared to the first few weeks of this have been a lot busier for me for sure. So we're still working. We're just having to adjust the way we're doing things and make sure that people's health and safety is really looked after.
Hmm. And so, have you been doing things around the house, like DIY projects or hobbies out in the garden, that kind of thing?
Absolutely. Yeah. This was the year that we sort of expanded our garden space. So we dug in some new beds. We're going to be doing some more plantings this year. Planted a few feet of new hedging in the front yard, and yeah, a lot of cleanup, tidy up projects, tackling the garage a little bit. And yeah, definitely just some home improvement stuff, taking the barbecue, getting that taken apart and cleaned up, and all those things that I never usually have time to get to this time of year.
Yeah, this time it's kind of you have time to work on that list. Do the kids
Yeah, it's
help
been
with that, or do they
good.
make it more difficult?
I beg your pardon?
Do the kids help with that list, or do they make it more difficult?
They usually help by occupying themselves in other ways.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
So we're really thankful that we have a great backyard and we got some area for them to play, and they've got a little tree house and a trampoline, and we've got parks nearby. So we've really been able to take advantage of the outdoor space, especially with this great weather we've been having. It's been really nice for this time of year.
Amazing. Have you taught yourself any new skills while you've been in the quarantine? Like, I don't know, making sourdough bread or some of these other ones that people are jumping on?
I've tried to resist the baking and carbohydrate overload.
Right.
But I've been working on some education actually. So it's just some programs of upgrading my license and tackling off some of that stuff. So I kind of developed a list of about 10 areas that I wanted to challenge myself. That was just in terms of sort of growing my business. And
Right.
my wife and I had sat down when we realized this was going to be long term, and really between the two of us just devised sort of how are we going to address the five dimensions of our lives during this time. We can look at this as an opportunity to go, well, how are we going to look after our relational health, our physical health, our emotional health, our financial health, and our spiritual health, and how do we incorporate all those things, because we really do have had the gift of having some time to be intentional about it. So it's like I said, it's actually been a really positive time, and it's been a really welcome time, and I think we'll look back on it fondly, once life returns more to normal, whatever that's going to be.
Absolutely. That's so much better than rolling out of it and being like, well, I watched 20 Netflix shows every single episode.
I think that's been the blessing of having the kids in the house, though. It's been tough at times, but it's also been really welcome that, we made a point of every day we get up, we, shower, we get dressed, we make the bed, we clean the house. And so it's not like I could see for a lot of people, it would be hard, especially if it was just me on my own. I'd probably be living some sort of sloth existence of shifting from the bed to the couch and back again.
And it's a slippery slope, let me tell you.
I'm sure.
That's great. And what are you doing to stay social and stay in touch with friends and family that are outside of your house?
Yeah, again, it's funny that in certain ways we will look back on this, I think, really fondly, and in that way, my brother around the time this started, set up like a weekly Zoom call with our extended family. And so, my kids get to see their cousins, and, they get to see aunts and uncles and grandparents all online. And so we get together once a week, and we usually pick a theme a week in advance. So like one week we did quarantine songs. So everybody rewrote a popular song as like a, quarantine song. And so we shared them. And then one week we did self-portraits. And so it's nice to have that touch in, and it actually gives us more regular contact with our family circle than we would ordinarily have, in the course of a month. So that's been really welcome. And just taking those opportunities to check in with friends and clients, texting, Zoom calls, FaceTime, phone calls. There's actually enough going on. It can be easy to get sidetracked and miss some of those, but it's been really welcome to have, again, just that time to plug in and kind of seize the opportunity in it.
That's so cool. What do you miss the most about the way things were before?
Oh, geez. I think just going out, you don't realize how much you miss stopping off, even just stopping at the store to grab something, or meeting somebody at the neighborhood pub or coffee shop to just share a few minutes together face to face. It's I miss having that. And so, especially following, the guidance of government officials and so on, we're keeping our outings to really strictly kind of once a week or less, to go out, go to the store, get what you need, bring it back home, and not kind of dilly-dally and make a bunch of stops along the way. And the great thing about the business that I'm in is that, my days are sort of, I structure them and build them myself. And so there are those little stops in along the way, and those opportunities to kind of, poke around and build in that little cushion during the day. And so I kind of, it's been, I think, a bit of a loss not having that. But like I said, we're trying to substitute positive things in there.
Well, thank you so much, Dirk, for your time today. And it was so great catching up. I always love visiting with you.
Thank you, Amy. Great to see you. And hopefully we'll be back out there doing another episode of Trend soon. It's I have to make do just watching reruns on TV. So until we meet again.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Amy.